Hey, always a
That's
happy
not a
day.
good hey. Hey,
Busy day. Busy day.
busy
Hey,
day.
busy day.
Lot of hot items
Yeah.
going on today. I was
I
trying to
know
get some
it.
work done, and I was like, "What? Ooh, what? You know what I'm talking about, right?"
Got me with an attitude.
I I don't know if I just have an attitude, but I feel empathy, and then I feel like when is enough enough? You know what I mean? Like then I was talking to my cousin, and she had a whole different view than I did. Well, let's not belabor this. Jada and Will has been separated for 7 years. A lot has happened in 7 years with them two. You talking about?
I feel like they just been dishonest through this whole thing.
I think their whole marriage has been dishonest
That's why he smacked who he smacked.
because he's frustrated.
That's why he smacked it. Yo.
Because you think he was frustrated with her, and that's why he
I
did that.
think
I'm gonna take it out.
I think that you know what I think that people don't believe this, but you can have you can love your partner, but one partner can love more than the other. You see what I'm saying?
You know what, Kim? I think you're right. I think he truly loves her, but I think he lets to make her happy. He just goes along with
I agree. I agree.
her actions.
And we think it's indifference because that's kind of the trait women take on because we compromise more. You know what I mean? And it's hard seeing him like almost being like mistreated in my eyes, being mistreated because like
Abused.
at some point, where does compromise now become like, now I'm just taking advantage of you. You see what I'm saying? Like some things that when we were married, I mean when we were single, excuse me, when we were single, we did our little thing here and there. But when you get married, you just know some things you just don't do no more. You know what I mean? It's just for out of the respect for the institution of marriage. And I think that that compromise with her, went way back. I think even to them dating, I think it went way back. And this is to me. I
Mm.
told my cousin, I think they're on the way to divorce. That's what I think they're. I think they're on the way to divorce.
But
Yeah.
you know what? Will has publicly said that he does not want a divorce. Now, I don't know if that has changed because that's a few years back, that
Hmm.
he just wasn't for divorce. And she had
Hmm.
promised that whatever the situation that they have, they can work through it. And she's trying to keep that promise. But from the beginning, if she has stated this, I think on Red Table Talk or something that I saw, that she never really wanted to be married, period. She just
Exactly.
didn't want to be
Mm.
married. He wanted to, be married, and she loved him, and he um, sought after her and, changed her mind. I mean, changed her mind, but she was crying, she said, during her wedding. So
That's
She
a
does
damn
talk
I'm not
about
enough.
happy.
You're
that.
crying at the wedding
Yeah.
and call it off. Call it off. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
now look at you all these years.
Because she didn't like the institution of marriage.
Girl,
Yeah.
stop it.
What it
Okay.
represents.
So knowing that, okay, you gotta respect people's boundaries. Will, what is the deal? Why would you go along with this? Because Will had a whole
They
wife,
always talk.
child.
It was always a joke that he was being abused. Maybe he really is. It was always a joke about that.
He always was a really, y'all know that he grew up with me and people here in Philly. He went to West Philly, and I went to a Catholic school, but we're the same age. Actually, we have the same birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Um and he used to have house parties
Mm.
in Philly and so on and so on. And he was always a really nice guy. You know what I mean? He just didn't fit the mold, and I had nothing against, my brothers and sisters are Philly, but he really didn't fit the mold because he was just genuinely nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that, sometimes when you just uber nice, people just stir you their way. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
remember, Will had a wife. He had a wife
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and his first son. And I think that they did a really remarkable job keeping this concealed. But when you look at it, it really wasn't concealed. It was a lot of things,
It
like red table
wasn't.
talk. You know what I mean? Things she was
Now
saying.
they make sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. So, what do you think, Keisha? What do you think is the what do you feel when you hear this? Because I think we all gonna have different opinions, but I just want to just make sure everybody's opinion is heard clearly.
Hmm. Okay. I think, according to her, and getting blurbs and clips of what she said today, she stated that they've been separated since 2016,
Long time.
and they have decided to live separate lives, be married, but have separate lives. And they, I feel that they, because they are so public, they didn't know how to present it to the public, really. And I, I just,
You
I'm
want to
kind
say,
of,
I
I
knew it,
mean,
didn't you? You want to say that, don't you? You want to
yeah,
say, I
but you
knew
know,
it.
I'm gonna tell you this, because shout out, I don't know if you all have ever watched Tasha K. Tasha K said that years ago on
She
her
sure
podcast.
did.
On her,
But she might not want
she
to say too
said
much
that.
now. She getting sued terribly.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want, yeah. But she said that. So, and there's always been rumors about Will doing things, but it was always just a little here and there, but not much. He would never, publicly say anything or do anything, but they have little shots of him, and people that he worked with when he do movies and whatnot. So
Well,
I just think that they're now, I think now she's becoming more free. I think he's going along with it, and she's just putting it out there, the things that she said, not taking the way it looks for him in consideration. I hope I'm clear. I don't know if I'm clear or not.
I think you're clear. So
But
let's,
yeah,
what do you think?
yeah.
So I understand a couple of things, that Will probably his standards and morals. He wants to be married to this. He doesn't want to do this again. He's
Right.
married to her. He loves her. They're not happy for whatever reason. He's not going to marry anybody else. That's what I think. Otherwise, I'd be calling him. But because of that, they're going to create a hot mess, because they're going to involve other people. He's never going to be able to give his heart to anybody else. She's stuck in that whole appeasing part, like she did when she got married and was crying. So she's still doing the same thing about, well, this is what he wants, so I'm going to go along with it. So she's never going to be attached to anybody. I think they're creating a whole hot mess. And what about the kids? Like, you're confusing the hell out of them.
Well, they already been pretty.
That's not okay.
I didn't want to say.
Yeah, they already my hair and shaving and all kinds. I mean, it's just it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I get it, but maybe it just needs to end and resurface. Everybody get married again twice anyway, so maybe get married later down the road.
Celeste, I feel the same way you feel about that, because what if you're not compatible? Don't you think in the best interest of especially your children to understand, you're going to stay in a loveless marriage, and are they going to do the same thing, or accommodate, or somebody going to have Will traits and somebody going to have Jada traits? You know what I mean? It's
That's
going
a
to be
lot of money though.
Yeah, but
I
sometimes
tell
Listen, they together to protect them assets now. Come on now.
Exactly.
Well, you know what?
Exactly.
You're protecting the assets, and there's collateral damage from protecting assets that you still are. You're not old. You have potential to always make money because you're A-list celebrity. You might think about what the long term of these kids and even yourself, what you've actually done. Because
And they got lots of money.
they got lots of money, and I think about the red table talk and the things she would say, it was there. She was saying it. And then Will said it, that he makes it a point. Do y'all remember this? He makes it a point that holidays that he is available for holidays because that's Jada's thing. And I was like, I just think about it now that they were showing that they were living separately. You know what I mean? It's always signs. I think that if they wasn't a celebrity, they probably would have been divorced. You know what I mean? Been divorced. Do I think that Jada has other underlying issues? I think Will does too, but I think she makes hers more publicly known. You see what I'm saying? Than he does. So when you make it more publicly known, isn't it easier to judge her? Because really people are attacking on every level. You know what I mean? Now.
Yeah. She talks more, definitely. So
he talks more, and you start to judge and say like, yo, what are you doing? I don't know if I'm team Jada, team Will, or whatever, but I do feel that it has to be some underlying pain with both of them because did you see when they was opening the box and showing the book, like, okay, everybody knew this was going on and they had read the book and everything like that? I was like, yo, that is some BS right there. That is just a performance because he's standing in the back and he's congratulating her. Come on now. Where's your cojones?
Do you think it's a competition thing between her and him? You know, I'm going to one-up you by exposing a little more. You know, he had a book.
Like you wrote a book. Yeah, he had a book too.
He wrote a book a couple of years back.
Yeah, I think now, they just not a match in heaven. They may be a match somewhere else, but they're not a match. They're not a match. I mean, it is what it is. And when the thing happened with the guy, what's his name? August something.
They were already separated.
They were already separated.
They were separated. So why beat him up like that? Why make him look like a chump? Why make him look so?
Why take him down like that if you're already separated? What?
Because he told the story before they got a chance to figure out how they wanted to tell the story. You see what I mean? He came out with it first.
Yeah.
He came out with it first. I think he was on Angela Yee lip service. And she did the interview. He did the interview, and exposed and said, this is what, and that's what blew everything up.
So just think about Keisha and Celeste. So he came out, August came out and exposed what had happened, okay? But when they got to that red table talk about that, Will was in tears. You know what I mean? He was in tears. That's why I said sometimes one could love more than the other. And I would love to see this go any further. I'm telling you, I could see the divorce coming. I could see it coming. My cousin said no. I think they're just gonna stay together for their assets and things like that. I think it's just too damaged. I think it's too damaged. But
y'all have made me hot. I had to turn the fan on. Listen. So question: Do you think that God, I done lost my old train of thought.
You stupid.
I just feel like that, way back when this was my question. Why did she say she was crying at the wedding? Because she didn't believe in the institution, she didn't love him, she felt pressured. What was her reason?
I don't know.
She felt pressured, and she didn't even like having a ceremony itself.
I remember that part.
Yeah. And she felt pressure. I think she wanted to be with him, but not traditionally like we have a piece of paper, this is it. But in her way, whatever her way is, but in her way. So.
Well, I think there's some underlying problem right there. In her way. You know what I mean?
He might be a little controlling too. You think?
That's beyond controlling. Ooh. Like, how did you get to the wedding? That's my question. Who arranged the flowers and things like that? Who got your damn dress? When you was getting all these things together, didn't you say
her mom? She said that was her mom. She said her mom.
And you can't say no, mom. This is not what I want.
She don't look that fabulous.
Huh?
She didn't look that cute at her wedding. It was like, I got this off the rack dress. Ooh.
Gosh, how do you think that made him feel? Yeah, that's when you get an annulment.
I don't think he asked her. It sounds like she was pressured.
Mm-hmm.
But when she
Where's
made
the cell phone? Pressure me. Call me. Call me.
you know, I think this will be a continuation episode because more to come. Because I think this is just the scab being pulled off. Because you think about it, she put out a couple things today. She put out her book. She put out why she didn't tell people why she was separated. You know, because they were doing it for the benefit of their family. But she also put out that Chris Rock asked her to go out.
Oh yeah.
So why would you
Wait a
do
minute.
that? You see what I'm saying?
Chris, he asked her what?
He a couple years back he thought that they were getting divorced and he asked her out. My point is,
And she said no.
she said no. My point is, why did you expose that now?
That's why he smacked him. He said, don't even talk to my wife.
There's a lot of layers.
Didn't I have
to
this conversation with you?
Mm-hmm. A lot of layers with this. You see what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
Jada come out and drop these little nuggets here and there. Now she done dropped another one. So now you done put Chris Rock back in this whole scenario when he already done just said 3 weeks ago he had to go through therapy. A child had to go through therapy from being slept. Everybody in the house had to go through therapy. Now Jada done put him back in it. So you think it's intentionally done? Because I just can't see why.
I think so. I think so.
agree. I can't see why
I think so.
he would kind of throw him under the bus. You know what I mean? That's already said and done. She just, I don't know, seems very manipulative. But that's my opinion. Don't come for me, you know, because some people are Team Jada and they're wrong for her. You know what I mean? Some people are willing over there crying. But all I gotta say is it's a messy situation, and we'll probably have to have several more hot topics on this as this, you know, comes out because it's going to be more come out. This won't be the end of it. So this was a good episode, y'all. Right. It is what it is. You know, I say this, but you know, sometimes it's better to keep your privacy. You know what I mean? But if you want to make money, then you're exposing it. And I think it was intentionally done. That's my thoughts. Y'all got any final thoughts?
No, the only final thought I have with this situation is that just keep in mind there's more people affected than just you and him. You have children.
Yeah.
And they have powerful children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they have,
No, go ahead.
And they have a potential to mess up some people. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be careful with that.
Hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My final thought is I truly wish them the best, and I hope that they find peace in their relationship. They find whatever they do.
And can you say your famous line, Keisha?
It's perfect right now.
I think it's appropriate. Well, wait till we close up. That's definitely appropriate. I'm going to just know what I usually do. I'm going to mind my business and just keep myself out of the messy things, okay? But I'm just going to mind my business. But great episode, ladies, and it was good. So who's joining me tonight is...
Well, it's your girl, Celeste.
And this is your girl, Keisha. And remember, if you want less stress, stay out of other people's mess.
Bing, 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 bing. You hit the lottery. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week on purpose, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Take care.